Welcome back to Rhythm Guitar Book 3, which takes a deep dive into all sorts of movable chord shapes. We're on page 25. We have 2 exercises that combine your E major and C major shapes. You can watch all these videos for free, but it's going to be a lot easier to learn if you have your own copy of Rhythm Guitar 3 that you can read from and write in, plus you can help support a music teacher, so I'll leave a link in the description. The exercises on page 25 do not include fret position markers, and they do not include suggestions on which string to play your root notes on. Now the choice is up to you. So we're going to go through both of these exercises, and what we're going to do is figure out where we want to play our root notes, and then from there decide what chord shapes will go with those root notes. And one thing you want to keep in mind as we go through all of this is that you want to try to keep your chords as close together as possible on the fretboard. With that in mind, let's check out number R36. We begin with B flat major, so we need to find a B flat root note on either the 5th or the 6th string. Down at the 1st fret, there's a B flat on the 5th string. The problem with that is going to be we're going to have to move quite a bit to get to this E flat root note on the 5th string as well, at the 6th fret, because the next highest one after that is way up at the 11th fret on the 6th string. So you can bet that we're going to be playing in the middle of the fretboard for this E flat. So with that in mind, instead of playing a root note on the B flat on the 1st fret, we're going to play this B flat on the 6th string, 6th fret. And because that root note is on the 6th string, that will be with the E major shape. And as I already mentioned, this root note for the E flat is right there as well. It's on the 6th fret, this time on the 5th string. And because our root note is on the 5th string, we'll be using our C major chord shape. And next we need to find a root note F pretty close to the E flat. There's an F 2 frets higher than the E flat on the 5th string, and that's going to be with that C shape, of course, because that's the shape we're studying. Line 2 goes back to the same B flat. Then we need to find a nice close A flat root note. There's an A flat also on the 6th string, 2 frets lower at the 4th fret. Because that's on the 6th string, that will be with the E major shape. Next we want to find a nice close D flat for our D flat major. Now there's one here up at the 9th fret on the 6th string, but that's kind of a jump. There's another D flat right here, also on the 4th fret on the 5th string, and that will be with the C shape. And then it's all just repeats. There's a B flat again, an E flat, and an F. 4th line, a B flat, A flat, and a B flat. Once you've figured out where you're going to play those chords, it's not a bad idea to just cycle through the chords in the exercise. Don't worry about strumming patterns yet. Play each chord once, practice moving from one to the next. B flat major, to E flat, to F, back to B flat, slide down to A flat, to D flat, back to B flat, E flat again, F, B flat, slide down to A flat, slide back up to B flat. And once you can do that, go ahead and play through the exercise. Nice moderate speed. The speed will come with time. And don't worry about any kind of fancy strumming pattern. You can just play quarter notes like I'm doing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. At the bottom of page 25, we have number R37. We're going to go through the same process. Practice finding your root notes and then figure out what chords go with those root notes. And as a general rule, try to keep your chords more in the middle of the fretboard and try to keep your chords close to each other. We begin with E flat major. There's an E flat on the 5th string, 6th fret. There's another E flat way up at the 11th fret on the 6th string. I like to play more in the middle of the fretboard, so I'm going to start with this E flat on the 5th string. And because we are studying E and C major shapes, this will be with that C major shape. So go ahead and put your pinky on that root note, form your shape. Next, we need to find a close D flat. There's a D flat 2 frets lower than that E flat on the 5th string as well. So just take that shape, slide it down for that D flat. Then A flat major. There's a nice close A flat right here at the 4th fret on the 6th string. Because that is on the 6th string, that will be with the E major shape. And then back to that same E flat. Next line begins with an E flat, so same chord, same D flat as before. Now a nice close B flat for our B flat major. And there's one at the 6th fret, and that will be on the 6th string with the E major shape. Then it's just repeat chords, E flat, same D flat, same A flat, same E flat, same A flat, same D flat, same E flat. As we did with the other exercise, before going through and strumming it, go ahead and play each chord one time, practice cycling through, practice your chord movement. E flat major, D flat, A flat, back to E flat, another E flat at the beginning of the next line, D flat, B flat, E flat, D flat, A flat, back to E flat, A flat, D flat, and E flat. Once you're comfortable moving from chord to chord, go ahead and play through the exercise at a moderate speed. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Your assignment is to practice the exercises on page 25 and to continue quizzing yourself on the notes on strings 5 and 6 as needed. Don't forget to order your own copy of Rhythm Guitar 3. The link is in the description. Take your time with this, and then when you're ready, I'll see you on page 26. This time we're going to take a look at a couple songs that combine the E major and C major shapes.